What's going on, good people? Yes, your girl is back with another one. Yes, I know, y'all. I was supposed to do this video at 12 o'clock. It really slipped my mind. I know, and I lost I lost two subbies, okay? But that's okay. I still love y'all, and I'm still here. Your girl is here, okay? My cold is clearing up, y'all. It still ain't gone, but it's clearing up. Now, before we get into some things, let's like, share, and subscribe, please. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Make sure it says all so that when I go live, you will get notified. Okay? Now, I hope y'all having a good day. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. If you woke up this morning, you should be having a great day. Okay? If you woke up, all right? Every day should be a great day if we wake up. You hear me? But anyway, we're going to get into some things. Now, I titled this, Don't Let It Get to You. Okay? And what I'm talking about is frustration, life, right? Because it's a lot going on out here. And I see a lot of people on social media spazzing out, like really, really spazzing out and going off. Let me tell you something. Don't let it do you like that. Find something that can give you peace. Whether it's music, um, a movie, something. Find something that will bring you peace, okay? Because the last thing you want to do is have your energy all jacked up, your frequency all messed up. You don't want to do that to yourself, okay? Yes, it's a lot going on, but it's things that we can do about it. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. Things that we can do about it, all right? What you don't want to let get to you, which is frustration, okay? You don't want to allow these things to break your peace, okay? And your energy and your frequencies. You don't want to let these things mess that all up. So you want to find something that will give you peace. Let's talk about it. Some things that can give you peace. Music, something that you like, that you have a passion for or something, right? You could do something like that, whatever it is. But do something that's going to keep your peace and your sanity, okay? Because it's a lot going on out here. And the last thing we need to be doing is allowing those things to have us going crazy, okay? And those things breaking our peace. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you, Boo? I don't even want to try to mess that name up. But hello. Thanks for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. And so, listen. And so, I want to talk about what we can do as people to overcome some things that's happening. Okay. First of all, work together. Okay. Work together. Work with people that you can work with. We know that we can't work with everybody because everybody don't want to work together. But for people that do, work with the people that do want to work together. That's something that can help you in so many ways, okay? Because if you work with other people, you may have something that they need. They may have something that you need. And y'all could bounce off of each other. You understand what I'm saying? This is the time that we need to be doing this more, working with each other. This is what we need to really be doing, y'all, instead of allowing it to have us, going crazy like. We need to work with one another, work with each other, come together more, okay? It can be done. It can be done. If you determine you're going to do it, it can be done. Okay? But if you're one of those people who think, got in your mind that you're going to do this all by yourself, you don't want to work with nobody, you don't want to deal with nobody, then okay, you stay over there by yourself. But you're going to feel the draft. I'm here to tell you. You're going to feel the draft. So you need to be, getting your mindset right and, ways so you can deal with other people. Learn how to deal with other people. Okay? Because we're going to need that for whatever happened. We're going to need that. We're going to need each other. Some people may have gardens and have grown fruit. Somebody else may have something else, We can bounce off of each other and it will make things a lot easier for us. But if you got a messed up mindset, right? Whereas though you don't want to deal with people, you don't want to have no dealings with people and stuff like that. If you one of those people that think like that, then hey, stay over there by yourself. But when you need somebody and nobody wants to help you, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Hello, everybody. Hello. How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Appreciate y'all for stopping through with me. I appreciate it. So, you know what I mean? Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Excuse me. And so, this is something that was on my heart, my mind today, and I wanted to talk about it because I've seen so many people. Thank you for subscribing. I've seen so many people on the internet spazzing out about the food stamps and stuff. You know what I mean? Listen, you don't want to give people your peace. You don't want to mess up your frequencies, okay? Now, for some of y'all, I'm quite sure some of y'all know that some things are done for fear-mongering, to get you upset, to push you over the edge, But if you don't like what I'm talking about, then remove yourself. Don't come in here telling me to shut up. I'm not talking to you. You don't come in here telling me to shut up. Okay, I handled that real quick. So I can't stand disrespectful people. You gonna come on somebody else's channel and be disrespectful? You better go ahead somewhere. Hello, XX, how you doing? And so, I lost my thought that quick. But back to what I was saying. Oh my goodness. I can't stand that. The devil be busy all the time, Oh, that's what I was saying. Some things are done to put you in a bad place. Hello, Jalea. I hope I'm saying your name right. Some things are done to put you in a bad place. Thank you for your apology. I accept it. And for those that don't know that, y'all, some things are done to make you mad and upset. Okay? Don't let it happen. Okay? This is a time where we need to really come together and help one another. Okay? Check on your neighbors, different stuff like that. You know somebody, they got a lot of kids or something. You see them coming out, everything all right with y'all? Y'all good? Stuff like that. That's what we're going to have to start doing. It's looking out for one another. We do. Because if we don't, all we have is each other, right? And if we don't learn to communicate with one another and look out for one another, we're going to be lost in the sauce. We really are. So this is just how I feel. I feel as though we should all try to look out for one another, because I'm not even thinking on that page of not eating. The kids, any kids that I know of, they're going to eat. Whether I know you or not, you're going to eat something. If I got something to feed you, you're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even think like that. Even though, people talk like that, I don't think like that. I don't let that, affect my mindset. You know what I mean? That's right. That's right, Sweet D. All we have is each other. And we need to learn how to, no, don't tell me to please be quiet. Now look, okay. Wait a minute, y'all. Give me a second. And so, excuse me, y'all. I was blocking him or her or whoever it is. But anyway, that's something that we really got to start doing is looking out for one another because times are going to get rough, y'all. And if we don't look out for one another, everybody is going to have a hard time getting through the situation. Yes, they are, Sweet D. Very disrespectful. That's why I blocked them. Very disrespectful. But I hear a lot of people talking about what's going on, but nobody talks about solutions. And I feel like that's a part of the problem. I feel like that's fear mongering. That's fear mongering people when you keep talking about what's going on. You know? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jalea. When you keep talking about what's going on, but you're not talking about no solutions, I feel like you trying to make people scared. And I don't think that's right. But I just feel like, stock up on canned goods and stuff, the stuff that you can stock up on. I bought some of the food that lasts, y'all know that food that lasts 25 years? I bought some of that and I put that up. If you can afford it, see if you can get you some of that. They got food out and you just add water to it. You use it for rough times, when you're going through a rough time. That's when you use it. And so that's what I got. I got me some of that and I put it up. And canned goods, I got canned goods, I got rice, plenty of water. Make sure you keep plenty of water. Yeah, treat people how you want to be treated. Exactly. And I've always been like that. I've always been the type that help people. I don't care who you are, what you look like. If I can help you, I'll help you. But yeah, that's some of the things. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit and let y'all know, don't let things frustrate you and have you like all over the place and have your nerves up and stuff. That's not good. Try to keep yourself at peace because it helps you. It helps you to think, and it helps you to do things that you need to do. But when you upset and your nerves is up and you all over the place, you end up, missing out on something or missing something that you probably would have thought of if you wasn't so upset. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to talk about just some solutions instead of always talking about the problems. We got to come together, y'all. We got to come together. For the people that don't want to come together and they want to stay, by themselves, let them. Let them. But if you got some people that you could come together with so y'all can help each other, do it. Do it. Because the times that we in and the times that's coming, we're going to need each other. We are. We're going to need each other. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just getting over a cold. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. How's y'all Sunday going? Everybody having a good Sunday? I hope y'all having a good Sunday. And ain't nobody going through nothing, I hope ain't nobody going through nothing, nothing bad or anything. I hope everybody's in good spirits, That's what I work on. I work on keeping myself in good spirits. I work on keeping my energy up, keeping my frequencies up. That's what I do all the time. I got little music that I listen to that changes my mood and stuff, keeps my mood going, Exactly. I don't want to be bullied. That's right. That's right. I don't want to be bullied. And it's a lot of that goes on here. That bullying stuff. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. I really can't. I cannot stand it. What y'all think about AI? Do y'all use AI? Any of y'all use AI? And how y'all feel about that? Because I seen some stuff going on with AI. I wasn't too happy about it. I tell you that. Because they say they created a video of this of these young guys, right? Of color. They created a video of them saying that they was trying to threaten the government or something they was supposed to been doing, you know. And come to find out it was AI. And instead of them taking the video down, they kept it up there, you know. So it had like 37 million views on it. And when I last heard about it, they still had not took the video down. You know, that's real dangerous to do stuff like that because that can make people attack you. You know, people try to attack you when you haven't even done anything wrong. You know, we have to respect our earth. We have to am I saying it right? Respect our earth. Yes, yes, because that's what's going on. A lot of things that's going on now is things, and I don't like to say it like that, but things are going to get a little worse before they get better because the earth is cleansing itself. The earth is cleansing itself. You know, the earth is cleansing itself, and so you know it's trying to get rid of the wicked and stuff like that because we have too much wickedness going on this earth. It's too much of it. It really is. It's too much of it going on. You got to be careful of everything now. You got to be aware and pay attention to your surroundings and stuff. I don't even use my phone when I'm out. I don't. I put my phone in my pocket because I'm busy paying attention to my surroundings and, you know, and looking and seeing what people doing and stuff like that because you just never know. People be lurking and stuff, you know. They do. They be lurking. So you got to pay attention. You got to be aware. Somebody across the street from me got shot the other day. I haven't seen him. I seen his car out there, but I haven't seen him. But he got shot the other day. He's an Uber driver. So I'm assuming somebody probably tried to rob him or something. And they shot him. It's really sad. It really is. But you got to be on point, you know. And it's sad because eventually it seems like everybody's going to have to be strapped, locked, and loaded. Like, seriously. Because it's too much. It's just too much. Like, you can't even go, you know, you can go to the store and stuff, but you got to watch yourself. Everything you do, you got to watch yourself. You really do. Because you never know what people up to, you know. That's the truth. You just never know. So, y'all be careful out there. I don't go out unless I have to, you know. And if I go somewhere, it's got to be somewhere I'm gonna be comfortable at. If I'm going somewhere and I don't think I'm gonna be comfortable, I'm not going. I am not going because I don't want to go somewhere where I'm not comfortable, you know. Or I got to be like on pins and needles. I got to be watching and looking around and all that. I don't like that. Or my anxiety, you know, my anxiety going through the roof because I'm trying to pay attention to everything that's going on around me. I don't like that. So if I'm going somewhere and I don't think I'm gonna be comfortable, I'm not going. I am not gonna go. For real. But it's just sad that we living in those type of times, you know. But you know what? I hope that I'm around when things change, you know. Of course, I don't think we're ever going back to how things used to be. Like as far as, you know, uh, how can I put it? I don't think, but I do believe that things are going to get better. It's just they will probably get a little worse first before they get better. And I hope I'm still around to see that. I hope I'm still around to see that. You know, I really do. But you know what, y'all? I was listening to some. I ran across a video on TikTok, And it made so much sense. It's crazy how you don't believe in something until you hear it from somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say you don't believe in it, but you don't think about it. You don't think about things in a certain way until you hear it from from somebody. And the guy was stating that he was stating that he said if we all got together and uh wanted to for certain things to happen on the earth, right? That we could make it happen. He said, you know how people say, you know how we come on this app and we say certain things gonna happen, and if a lot of people say it, y'all know it happened. And that is so true. When people come together and they say something is going to happen, it ends up happening. And it made a lot of sense. So they was creating a video for how did they put it? I can't remember how they put it, but everybody was creating that video, and you had to say certain things in the video. And so they doing it, and let's see how it turned out. I hope it turned out. I hope it turned out the way we want it to turn out. I really do. Because people are getting tired of the chaos and the confusion for no reason. A lot of chaos, a lot of chaos and confusion is going on for no freaking reason. Like, seriously. And a lot of people is getting tired of it. Sit where you think you will not be distracted. Right. Yep. Sit where you think you will not be distracted. Yep. So, I don't know. But you know what I'm trying to do? Enjoy my life while I'm here. I'm really trying to get myself in a position to be able to enjoy my life for the time I have left here, And I feel like that's what we all should be doing. We all should be working towards being able to enjoy our life while we're here, you know? That's how I feel. I feel that we should all be doing that. We really should. We all should be trying to enjoy the time that we have left, you know? And that's how I see it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to enjoy every minute that I have left. I mean, what else can you do? You know? Yeah. And I think your mindset plays a big part in it too. How you the way you think of things, the way you look at things. I think your mindset plays a big part in it. Because check this out. Excuse me, y'all. Check this out. If you were somebody who had never experienced racism, let's put it like that. Say you somebody who has never experienced racism. You've never dealt with that. You really don't even know what it's all about because you've never dealt with that. You got people out here who live their life like that, right? They've never dealt with racism and stuff. So, they don't let that bother their life like that because they've never dealt with it. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying. It's all in your mind. It's your mindset. I feel like your mindset plays a big part in how you look at life and how you deal with life. I really feel like that. Because if you're somebody who's not really, into all that, you don't stay into all that. Like, it goes on. You're not a green bean where you don't know that these things go on, right? But in the same breath, you haven't dealt with it, in your life. And so you have people like that out here that don't let it affect them like that because they've never dealt with it and they don't be around people like that. You see what I'm saying? And so, like I said, It's all in your mindset and how you choose to deal with your life and live your life. If you somebody that wants to stay in stuff like that, the racism and stuff, yeah, we know it goes on, but do you have to make that a part of your life every day, your everyday life? No, you don't. But don't be a green bean and act like you don't know what goes on out here. You know what I mean? Of course, you want to be aware of what goes on, but do you really want to make that a part of your everyday life? You know what I mean? And I feel like uh certain things that you take in affect your energy and your peace. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like people shouldn't take certain things, take so much of that stuff in and hold on to it, because it affects your peace and your energy. It really does. And some things are done to affect your peace and your energy. Some things are done to do just that. So, excuse me. And so we have to be mindful of that, you know? And like I said, your mindset plays a big part in everything. I'm a firm believer in that. When I learned that, I was like, yeah, I'm on to something now. I was like, yeah. Seriously, when I learned that your mindset, you changing your mindset could change a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm on board for real. I'm like, I'm on board for that. Seriously, I'm like, yeah. And so I worked on changing my mindset. That's why I think the way I think now, because I worked on changing my mindset about, about life, period. And you could do it too. Changing your mindset, man, that's a game changer right there all by itself. When you change your mindset and you decide, you make a choice in the decision, what you want, what you going to take in and what you not going to take in. You understand? That's what you do. When you change your mindset, that's basically what you're doing. You're making a decision on what you're gonna spend your time taking in and what you're not gonna take in. And when you do that, you're gonna see that your feelings start to change about things. When you decide that you're not gonna, you know, take in a lot of negativity, right? And you start embracing a lot of positivity instead of negativity. Man, that's a game changer. It really is. That changes the game for real. Okay? It really do. I know it did for me. When I made that choice and that decision that I was gonna, stop taking in so much negativity and start embracing more positive things. Man, oh yeah, that was a game changer. That was a game changer, people, for real. But some of us, we embrace more negative things than we do positive things. It's what keep us stuck in the rut and keep us lost in the sauce. Yeah. Yeah, you got to stop that. You got to stop embracing so much negativity because it wears you down. It wears you down and it make you feel all jacked up. Like your feelings and your emotions be all jacked up when you embrace a bunch of negative stuff. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. But when you start to embrace positivity, when you start to listen to good music, like uh either godly music or music that means something, that gives you that good feeling, because music affects your energy. It really do. It affects how you feel. It really do. It really do. And so I listen to music that's going to put me in a good place. that can put my mind in a good place, you know? Yeah, yeah. And it helps me and it works, you know? I think a big thing for some people is that we don't tap into ourselves. Now, what are you talking about? Some of y'all might say, what are you talking about? Let me enlighten you a little bit. I think some of us don't uh tap into ourselves. What I mean by that is that we don't tap into our inner self. We don't work on changing ourselves for the better. Okay? Some of us stay stuck at some of us stay stuck at uh you know embracing the negativity all the time. Some of us is stuck into that. We are addicted to it. We don't realize it, but we are addicted to it. Some of us are addicted to that negativity, right? And some of us have a hard time letting it go. We have a hard time letting it go, and that's just the truth. But excuse me. But if you take time out to work on your inner self, and what I mean by that is that work on the negative things that's going on within you, right? Because some of us do. We have some negative stuff that we carry around within us. Excuse me. Like trauma. Trauma. A lot of people carry around trauma. And we won't deal with it. So we can let it go. Right? When you carry around trauma, oh my. I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. When you carry around trauma, hey, you feel like your life not gonna never get right. You do. You do push through and you try to maintain and do what you need to do. But that trauma, you be carrying it around within you. And it affects your emotions, your feelings, and everything. It really do. And the problem that some of us have is that we won't deal with it. We won't make a choice and a decision to deal with that. What you have to do is address it, face it head on, and make a decision to heal from it so you can let it go. So you can let it go. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do when it comes to trauma. You got to be willing to face it head on and deal with it so you can just let it go. That's the problem with it, is that you've been carrying it around so long, you don't know how to shake it off. You can't shake it off because you haven't healed from it. You haven't healed from it yet. And if you don't heal from it, it's going to continue to hold on to you. And you're going to continue to carry it around in your inner self. You're going to carry that around with you in your inner self. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about because I've been there. I've been through it. Excuse me. I've been through it. I have. Let me tell you something. Listen, I'm a recovering addict. Okay, I was a heroin addict. Okay, I've been clean over 20 years. And let me tell you something. I carried around a lot of stuff in my life, in my inner self. Even after I got clean, I still was carrying around a lot of stuff that I was holding on to with my inner self. Just carrying it around in my inner self. And it was affecting different areas of my life. It was affecting different areas of my life. I couldn't keep my relationships together, you know? Eventually, I cut off the relationships. I didn't want to have a relationship, you know? I didn't want to have a relationship because it just was too much. It was too much. I had enough going on with myself, you know? So the last thing I needed to be doing was trying to hold on to a relationship or try to make a relationship work. Because let me tell you something. Excuse me. When you are someone who don't love yourself, it's hard. Let me tell you something. It's hard as shit for you to take and try to love somebody else when you don't even love yourself. Think about that. Think about that. Okay? But it's the truth. It's hard. It's hard. When you don't love you, it's hard for you to take and try to love somebody else. It is. It's hard for you to show them love and stuff because you don't even love yourself. How can you show somebody else love when you don't have love for yourself? Right? How can you be loyal to someone else when you're not loyal to yourself? You see what I'm saying? It all starts with you. It starts with you and it starts with your inner self. And that's why it's so important for us to address the issues so we can become better people. Become better people and have better relationships, you know? But some of us, we don't want to hear it. We into what we into, and that's all that matter. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, you know? That is okay with me because I ain't here to make nobody do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as healing and stuff, I definitely know what I'm talking about because I've been through it. I've been through it. I went through that. I went through a lot of stuff, you know, with my addiction and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It wasn't a game. I tell you that. It was not a game. It was not a game at all. And it took work. It took work for me to get to where I'm at today. All praise to the Most High Yah. Yes. Yes, I put work in. It wasn't no joke. I put work in because I did not want to live that kind of life. And I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be that type of person. I wanted to do better and be better. And that's what I worked on. And now, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. And that's what you got to do. You can't keep letting the worldly things make you a person of the world, right? You have to start to become your own person, right? And you got to start to be a better person. It's just that simple. You can't keep letting the world chew you up and spit you out. You just can't keep doing that. You got to get to a point where as though you want to be a good person and you want to be better. You know, you got to come to that point. You got to make a choice and the decision to want to do that and do it. Stick with it and do it. And I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. Like I tell y'all all the time, action creates ready. You know? And excuse me. A storm doesn't last forever. We have storms, but they don't last forever. Okay? And that's something that some of y'all got to remember too. A storm don't last forever. But we all go through some storms. Shit. Yeah, we all do. But they don't last forever. But I think some of us, like I said, it goes back to your mindset. How you look at the situation. How you think of the situation. How you feel about the situation is what plays a part in how you get through the situation. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to y'all. You know? That's facts right there. That was definitely what they call it. I definitely dropped a gem just now. I hope y'all caught it. For real. But yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters. And I think that's why some of us struggle so much with so many different things, is because it's some of us struggle so much with things because, like I said, some of us got a lot going on with our inner self, right? Some of us are carrying around, we broken, we're damaged, from our trauma. And that's something that keeps you where you at because you're not willing to face it and deal with it. That's just the truth. You can get past it. You can get past it. But are you willing to do the work it takes for you to get past it? I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. Like when you going through your healing, right? It's a beautiful thing. Now, when you first start, like I said, it's rocky when you first start because you are starting to pay attention to what's really going on with you. You are paying attention to what's really going on in your inner self. So when you first start on your healing journey, yes, it's a little rocky. It's a little rocky because you are starting to really pay attention to what's going on with your inner self. And you are becoming aware. And sometimes that makes a person cry, that makes them angry. Like a person had mixed emotions when they going through that, going through that process. But if you stay with it, when you stay with it and you determine you're gonna get through it, that storm will pass also. That storm is going to pass. It's not going to stay there. Just like any other storm. Storms, they come, but they do pass. They don't stay forever. See? But like I said, the way your mindset is set up is what gets you through. If you look at something like it's never going to go away, that's how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to turn out. If you're looking at something, if you're in a situation and it's a storm, say a storm happened in your life, like you get ready to get evicted or something like that, and you done already made up in your mind that, man, this ain't going to pass. Man, how am I going to work this out? How am I going to get through this, right? In your mind, your mindset is jacked up. And you already saying to yourself, you ain't gonna get through this, right? That this going to really tear you down. This going to bring you down. That's just what it's going to do, because you already done put those words on yourself. You done already spoke that on your life, over your life. That this is not this, like this is going to last forever. You ain't gonna get through this. You have already spoke those words, and that's how it's going to turn out, because your mindset is set on that. Those words that you spoke, that's what it's set on. And so that's what's going to happen. But if you change your mindset and say, damn, man, I got an eviction notice, and let me see what I could do, to get rid of this. Because I don't want to be sitting outside. I'm going to get rid of this. Something's going to happen that's going to help me get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. And you're going to see that it's going to play out different because your mindset is different. You thinking of things in a different perspective. So it's going to play out different. But when you put that bad mouth on yourself, that's how things turn out. That storm come and it stays. It seems like it stays forever because of how you looking at it. And because of how your mindset is taking it in, Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to get off of here, though, y'all. I just wanted to come and talk to y'all for a few minutes, Um, Listen, y'all. I know, like, on my channel, I don't be on here like I should, but I'm getting ready to try to get it together, you know. I got somebody that I'm going to hook up with. We're going to talk about my channel and stuff, and, what we can do with it, which way we can go with it and stuff, because I love talking about healing. That's my thing right there. I love, talking and helping people to heal, like with their traumas and stuff like that. That's my thing right there. I love that. I love it. And I love to see people, work on trying to change themselves and become better people. I love that. And so that's why I talk about these things like I do. Loving yourself, your mindset and different things like that. Growth, Yeah, I talk about all that because I be wanting to see y'all become better people, you know. And I do know some people like healing. They like the healing and the growth and stuff like that. You got some that like it, you got some that don't. That's just how it is. But this is my thing right here. I love talking about this. And I talk about addiction a little bit too, because I know a lot about that too, addiction, because I've been through it. So yeah. But I love y'all, and I hopefully I'll be back on here later to talk to y'all. If not later, maybe tonight, because I usually do a late night tapping in with your girl. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next one.